Welcome back to another mind-blowing episode where we uncover 50 more incredible facts that will leave you amazed. In our last video, we explored some truly astonishing facts about the world around us, and today we're diving even deeper. From the mysteries of the universe to the quirks of the animal kingdom, these facts will surprise, entertain, and maybe even inspire you. If you enjoyed part 1, you're going to love what we have in store today. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right into these fascinating facts. Fact 51. The inventor of the Pringles can is buried in one. Fred Bauer, the inventor of the iconic Pringles can, was so proud of his creation that he requested to be buried in one. When he passed away in 2008, his family honored his wish by placing some of his ashes in a Pringles can and burying it with him. This unusual request reflects Bauer's deep connection to his invention, which revolutionized the way snacks are packaged and stored. The Pringles can, with its unique design, remains a testament to Bauer's legacy in the world of food packaging. Fact 52. The moon is moving away from Earth. The moon is gradually moving away from Earth at a rate of about 1.5 inches, 3.8 centimeters per year. This is caused by tidal forces between the Earth and the Moon, which transfer energy and cause the Moon's orbit to slowly expand. Over millions of years, this movement has had a significant impact on the length of days on Earth, and it will continue to do so in the future. Although the effect is slow, the eventual consequences could be dramatic, including changes in Earth's rotation and the stability of its climate. Fact 53. The Sahara Desert was once a lush green oasis. Today, the Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert in the world, but it wasn't always this way. Around 10,000 years ago, the Sahara was a lush green oasis filled with lakes, rivers, and rich vegetation. This period, known as the African humid period, was caused by changes in the Earth's orbit, which brought more rain to the region. Evidence of this green Sahara includes ancient rock paintings depicting animals like giraffes and elephants, as well as fossilized remains of aquatic life. The Sahara's transformation into a desert is a powerful reminder of the Earth's dynamic climate history. Fact 54. Tardigrades can survive in space. Tardigrades, also known as water bears, are microscopic creatures that can survive some of the harshest environments known to science, including the vacuum of space. In 2007, researchers sent tardigrades into low Earth orbit on a spacecraft, and many of them survived exposure to space without any protection. Tardigrades can withstand extreme temperatures, radiation, and even the vacuum of space by entering a state called cryptobiosis, where they essentially dry out and put their metabolism on pause. This incredible resilience has made tardigrades the focus of scientific research into the possibilities of life in extreme environments. Fact 55. The first computer virus was created. In 1983, the first computer virus, known as elk cloner, was created in 1983 by a 15-year-old high school student named Richard Skrenta. It was a boot sector virus that spread via floppy disks and displayed a poem on the infected computer's screen every 50th boot. Although Elk Cloner was relatively harmless, it marked the beginning of a new era in cybersecurity, highlighting the potential for computer programs to be used maliciously. Since then, viruses have become far more sophisticated, leading to the development of entire industries focused on cybersecurity. The creation of Elk Cloner is a reminder of how far technology has come and the ongoing challenges in keeping our digital world safe. It's also a fascinating look at how one teenager's prank led to the development of one of the most significant issues in modern computing. Fact 56. There are more possible chess moves than atoms in the universe. The game of chess, with its 64 squares and 32 pieces, offers a mind-boggling number of possible moves, more than the number of atoms in the observable universe. After just a few moves, the number of possible positions exceeds the number of atoms, estimated to be around 10 circumflex 80. This complexity is why chess remains one of the most challenging and deeply strategic games, where even the most advanced computers struggle to calculate every possible outcome. Fact 57. A human could swim through a blue whale's arteries. The blue whale, the largest animal on Earth, has arteries so large that a human could theoretically swim through them. These massive arteries are necessary to pump blood through the blue whale's enormous body, which can grow up to 100 feet long and weigh as much as 200 tons. The heart of a blue whale can weigh as much as a small car, and it pumps blood through these giant arteries to reach all parts of the whale's body. Fact 58. The world's quietest room is in Minnesota. The quietest place on Earth is an anechoic chamber at Orfield Laboratories in Minnesota. This room is so silent that the background noise measures minus 9.4 decibels, a level below the threshold of human hearing. The room is designed to absorb 99.99% of sound, making it an ideal place for testing audio equipment. However, most people find the silence overwhelming, and the longest anyone has managed to stay inside is about 45 minutes. In this room, you can hear your own heartbeat and even the sound of your blood flowing. Fact 59. A single strand of hair can hold up to 3 ounces of weight. Human hair is composed primarily of keratin, a protein that forms strong rope-like chains. Each strand of hair is made up of 3 layers: the medulla, inner layer, cortex, middle layer, and cuticle, outer layer. The cortex, which contains tightly packed keratin proteins, gives hair its strength and flexibility. Research shows that a single strand of hair can bear a weight of up to 3 ounces without breaking. To put this in perspective, a full head of hair with around 100,000 to 150,000 strands could potentially support the weight of up to 12 tons, about the weight of 2 adult elephants. This strength is why hair has been used in various applications throughout history, such as in ropes and bows for musical instruments. Fact 60. An astronaut's height can increase by up to 2 inches while in space due to the lack of gravity. The absence of gravity in space means that there is no downward force compressing the spine, allowing the intervertebral discs between the vertebrae to expand. This expansion leads to an elongation of the spinal column, and astronauts can grow up to 2 inches taller while in space. However, this change is temporary. Once they return to Earth's gravity, their spines compress back to their original height. Prolonged exposure to microgravity can cause back pain and other issues because the muscles that support the spine weaken, so astronauts undergo rigorous exercise routines in space to maintain their muscle strength. Fact 61. A single bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast 100,000 slices of bread. Lightning is a powerful natural phenomenon that occurs when there is an electrical discharge between clouds or between a cloud and the ground. A typical lightning bolt can carry up to 1 billion joules of energy, enough to power a 100-watt light bulb for more than 3 months, or toast about 100,000 slices of bread. The temperature of a lightning bolt can reach around 30,000 Kelvin, 53,540 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. This immense energy is produced by the rapid movement of electrons between different charged areas in a thunderstorm. Fact 62. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backward. Hummingbirds are exceptional flyers, capable of hovering in place, flying upside down, and moving backward. This agility is due to their unique ball and socket shoulder joints, which allow their wings to rotate 180 degrees in all directions. Their rapid wing beats, up to 80 times per second, create lift on both the upstroke and downstroke, enabling them to maneuver with precision. This adaptation helps them feed on nectar from flowers in midair. Fact 63. The axolotl can regenerate its limbs, heart, and even parts of its brain. The axolotl, a unique salamander native to Mexico, possesses extraordinary regenerative abilities. It can regrow entire limbs, parts of its heart, spinal cord, and even brain tissue without forming scar tissue. Researchers are studying axolotls to understand the mechanisms behind their regeneration, hoping to apply this knowledge to human medicine for treating injuries and degenerative diseases. Fact 64. There's a species of jellyfish that is considered immortal. The Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish, has a unique ability to revert to its polyp stage after reaching maturity. This process, called transdifferentiation, allows the jellyfish to transform its adult cells back into a juvenile state. This cycle can theoretically continue indefinitely, making the jellyfish biologically immortal. While it can still die from disease or predation, this jellyfish represents one of nature's most fascinating examples of cellular regeneration and survival. Fact 65. The hashtag symbol is technically called an octothorpe, now commonly known as a hashtag due to its use on social media, is technically called an octothorpe. The term octo refers to its 8 points, while thorpe was supposedly added humorously by telephone engineers in the 1960s. The origins of thorpe are less clear, but some suggest it might be a reference to Olympian Jim Thorpe, or an Old English word for village. Regardless, the symbol has found new life in the digital age as a way to categorize content and make it searchable online. Fact 66. The first oranges weren't orange, they were green. Oranges originally came from Southeast Asia, where they were initially cultivated thousands of years ago. The earliest oranges were likely a hybrid of pomelo and mandarin, and were green in color. Even today, oranges grown in tropical regions, like Thailand and Vietnam, remain green when ripe due to the warm climate that prevents the breakdown of chlorophyll. The orange color we associate with the fruit often develops only when they are grown in cooler climates, or artificially ripened, using chemicals. Fact 67. Venus is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise. While most planets in the solar system rotate counterclockwise when viewed from above their north poles, Venus rotates in the opposite direction, a phenomenon known as retrograde rotation. Scientists believe this unusual rotation could be due to a massive collision with another celestial body early in its history, which may have flipped its axis. Another theory suggests that the dense atmosphere of Venus, which is mostly carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid, could have slowed its rotation over billions of years and eventually reversed it. As a result, on Venus, the sun rises in the west and sets in the east, opposite to Earth. Fact 68. Humans are the only animals that blush. Blushing is a unique human reaction that occurs when adrenaline, released during moments of stress or embarrassment, triggers the dilation of blood vessels in the face. This process causes more blood to flow to the surface of the skin, creating the characteristic red or pink tint. Charles Darwin, the father of evolutionary theory, was fascinated by blushing, calling it the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. Some researchers believe that blushing is a nonverbal form of communication that evolved to signal remorse or a need for social connection, promoting cooperation and empathy among humans. Fact 69. The Guinness World Record for the most tattoos on a single person is held by Lucky Diamond Rich, who has tattoos covering 100% of his body. Lucky Diamond Rich, a New Zealander-born Gregory Paul McLaren, holds the record for being the world's most tattooed person. Over the course of more than 1,000 hours, he covered every inch of his body in tattoos, including the inside of his eyelids, mouth, and ears. His tattoos include a wide variety of designs, and he even went so far as to tattoo over his original tattoos with new ones in different colors. Lucky Diamond Rich's dedication to body art has made him a celebrated figure in the tattoo community, and he continues to add to his collection, even tattooing over black ink with white, and then re-inking again with color. Fact 70. Male seahorses give birth. In a unique role reversal, male seahorses are the ones who become pregnant and give birth. Female seahorses transfer their eggs into the male's brood pouch, where he fertilizes and carries them until they hatch. The male provides nutrients, oxygen, and protection, ensuring the survival of the offspring. This unusual reproductive strategy allows for high parental investment and has fascinated scientists for years. Fact 71. An adult human body is made up of approximately 7 octillion atoms. The human body is composed of a staggering number of atoms, around 7 octillion, that's 7 followed by 27 zeros. These atoms combine to form molecules, cells, tissues, and organs. Most of the atoms in the human body are hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon, the building blocks of life. Hydrogen atoms, which make up about 62% of all atoms in the body, were created during the Big Bang over 13.8 billion years ago, meaning the atoms in your body are ancient, formed from the remnants of stars that existed long before our solar system came into being. Fact 72. It takes light only 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the Sun to Earth. Light travels at an astonishing speed of about 186,282 miles per second, 299,792 kilometers per second. The average distance between the Earth and the Sun is about 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers. At this speed, light takes approximately 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach us from the Sun. This means that when we look at the Sun, we are actually seeing it as it was over 8 minutes ago. This delay also applies to the light from distant stars and galaxies, allowing us to look back in time as we observe the cosmos. Fact 73. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. The University of Oxford, in England, is considered the oldest university in the English-speaking world, with evidence of teaching as far back as 1096. Meanwhile, the Aztec Empire, located in what is now Mexico, began to form around 1428, with the establishment of the Triple Alliance among the cities of Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan. This means that Oxford was already over 300 years old by the time the Aztec Empire emerged, highlighting the relative youth of some ancient civilizations compared to institutions still in existence today. Fact 74. Scotland's national animal is the unicorn. The unicorn, a mythical creature often depicted as a horse with a single spiraling horn, has been Scotland's national animal since the 12th century. The unicorn was chosen because it symbolizes purity, strength, and bravery, traits that were admired by the Scottish royals. In Celtic mythology, the unicorn is also associated with healing powers and is considered a symbol of innocence and chivalry. Unicorns have appeared in Scottish heraldry for centuries and are featured in the Royal Coat of Arms of Scotland, reflecting the nation's rich history of legends and folklore. Fact 75. The longest living insect is the termite queen, which can live for up to 50 years. Termite queens are among the longest-lived insects on Earth. In optimal conditions, a termite queen can live for 25 to 50 years, continuously producing eggs throughout her life. The queen's longevity is attributed to her unique biological makeup, which allows her to produce an extraordinary number of offspring, sometimes up to 30,000 eggs per day. The queen's extended lifespan ensures the continuity and growth of the colony, which relies heavily on her reproductive capacity. Researchers study termite queens to understand aging and reproduction, as their longevity defies the typical short lifespan of most insects. Fact 76. The original name for the search engine Google was Backrub. Google, one of the world's most widely used search engines, was originally called Backrub when it was first developed by Larry Page and Sergey Brin in 1996. The name was chosen because the search engine's algorithm relied heavily on analyzing backlinks to determine the importance of a web page. However, the name was later changed to Google, a play on the word Google, which is a mathematical term for the number 1 followed by 100 zeros, signifying the vast amount of information the search engine was designed to process. Fact 77. A bolt of lightning is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. A typical lightning bolt can reach temperatures of around 30,000 Kelvin, 53,540 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, which is around 5,500 Kelvin, 9,932 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightning is a sudden electrostatic discharge that occurs during a thunderstorm. The intense heat generated by the lightning causes the surrounding air to expand rapidly, creating a shock wave that we hear as thunder. The high temperatures can cause immediate ignition of combustible materials and even fuse sand into glass known as fulgurite when lightning strikes the ground. Fact 78. Your nose and ears never stop growing. Unlike most parts of the body that stop growing after puberty, the human nose and ears continue to grow throughout a person's life. This growth is due to changes in the skin and cartilage, which tend to lose elasticity and sag over time. The cartilage also continues to grow slowly as we age. Additionally, gravity causes these features to elongate gradually. This continual growth means that older people often have noticeably larger noses and ears compared to their younger selves, a phenomenon often observed across different cultures and populations. Fact 79. The smell of fresh-cut grass is actually a plant distress signal. When grass is cut, it releases a group of chemicals known as green leaf volatiles, GLVs, which are responsible for the distinctive smell. These chemicals are essentially a plant's distress signal, released in response to damage. The release of GLVs serves several purposes. They can help other parts of the plant begin the healing process, act as a warning to nearby plants to prepare for possible damage, and attract beneficial insects that prey on herbivores. So that fresh-cut grass smell we associate with a nice day outdoors is actually a cry for help from the plant world. Fact 80. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from more than 2 miles away. A blue whale's heart is incredibly powerful, producing a sound that can be heard from more than 2 miles, 3.2 kilometers, away. Blue whales have very slow heart rates compared to humans, averaging about 4 to 8 beats per minute. During deep dives, their heart rate can slow even further to just 2 beats per minute to conserve oxygen. When the whale resurfaces to breathe, its heart rate can increase to 25-37 beats per minute. This unique adaptation allows the blue whale to thrive in the ocean's depths, where oxygen is scarce and pressures are immense. Fact 81. Apples float in water because they are 25% air. Apples are less dense than water, making them buoyant and able to float. About 25% of an apple's volume is made up of air, which is stored in tiny pockets throughout the fruit. This air content also contributes to the apple's crisp texture when you bite into it. This floating property of apples is famously demonstrated in the game Bobbing for Apples, where players try to grab floating apples with their teeth. The air pockets also help apples survive falls from trees without bruising too easily. Fact 82. Octopuses have 9 brains, 1 central brain and 1 in each arm. Octopuses are incredibly intelligent creatures, partly because of their unique nervous system. They have a central brain that controls their main functions and a smaller independent cluster of neurons, sometimes referred to as mini-brains, in each of their 8 arms. These mini-brains allow the arms to function semi-independently, coordinating movements, manipulating objects, and even responding to stimuli without input from the central brain. This decentralized nervous system allows octopuses to perform complex tasks, such as opening jars, solving puzzles, and escaping from enclosures, showcasing their impressive problem-solving skills and adaptability. Fact 83. Pineapples take about 2 years to grow. Pineapples are a slow-growing tropical fruit that can take up to 2 years to mature, from planting to harvest. The plant produces a single fruit per growth cycle, and it requires a warm climate with plenty of sunlight. Pineapples do not ripen after they are harvested, so they must be picked at just the right time to ensure maximum sweetness and flavor. The long growth period, combined with the care required to cultivate them, explains why pineapples were once considered a luxury item in Europe and were often rented out for display at parties rather than eaten. Fact 84. Giraffes have the same number of neck vertebrae as humans. Despite their long necks, giraffes have the same number of cervical vertebrae, 7, as most mammals, including humans. Each vertebra in a giraffe's neck can be over 10 inches, 25 centimeters, long, which allows them to stretch their necks up to 6 feet, 1.8 meters, in length. These elongated vertebrae provide the giraffe with a range of motion, enabling them to reach high branches for feeding. The giraffe's unique neck structure is also an adaptation for mating displays and combat, as male giraffes or bulls use their necks as weapons in a behavior known as necking. Fact: 85. A narwhal's tusk is actually a tooth. The narwhal, often referred to as the unicorn of the sea, has a long spiral tusk that can grow up to 10 feet long. This tusk is actually an elongated tooth that grows through the narwhal's upper lip. While the exact purpose of the tusk is still debated, it is believed to be used in mating rituals, for sensing the environment, or as a display of dominance. Narwhals are unique to the Arctic, and their tusks have fascinated people for centuries, inspiring legends and myths. Fact 86. The largest living organism is a fungus. The largest living organism on Earth is not a whale or a tree, but a fungus. The Armillaria ostoyi, commonly known as the honey fungus, covers an area of over 2,385 acres, 965 hectares, in Oregon's Malheur National Forest. This giant fungus is interconnected by a network of mycelial threads, and it's estimated to be over 2,400 years old. The honey fungus can cause significant damage to trees and plants, but it also plays a crucial role in the forest's ecosystem by breaking down dead organic matter. Fact 87. Sharks are the only fish that can blink with both eyes. Unlike most fish, sharks have nictitating membranes, a type of protective eyelid, that they can close over their eyes. This membrane shields their eyes from damage during feeding or when encountering potential threats. The ability to blink with both eyes helps sharks protect their vision while hunting, giving them an edge over prey in murky waters. While some species of sharks roll their eyes back for protection instead of using a nictitating membrane, the ability to blink is a rare adaptation in the fish world, highlighting the unique sensory adaptations of sharks. Fact 88. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system, not Mercury. Although Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, Venus is the hottest, with surface temperatures reaching up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, 475 degrees Celsius. Venus's thick atmosphere, composed mainly of carbon dioxide, creates an extreme greenhouse effect, trapping heat and preventing it from escaping back into space. The thick clouds of sulfuric acid that cover Venus reflect sunlight but also contribute to the intense greenhouse effect, making the planet inhospitably hot. Venus's extreme temperatures and hostile environment offer a stark contrast to Earth, despite being our closest planetary neighbor. Fact 89. A shrimp's heart is located in its head. In shrimp, the heart is located in the thorax, which is right behind the head, and is often mistaken as being in the head itself. The shrimp's circulatory system pumps blood through its body to supply oxygen and nutrients to various organs. Unlike humans, shrimp have an open circulatory system where the blood is not contained within vessels, but flows freely in the body cavity. This unique arrangement is common in many invertebrates, enabling shrimp to thrive in aquatic environments. Fact 90. A jiffy is an actual unit of time. While we often use jiffy to mean a short amount of time, it actually has a scientific definition. In physics and chemistry, a jiffy refers to the time it takes light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum, which is approximately 33.3564 picoseconds, 1 trillionth of a second. The term is also used in computing to represent the length of one cycle of the computer's clock, or the time between 2 consecutive ticks of the system timer, which is often around 1/60th of a second. So the next time someone says they'll be back in a jiffy, they might be referring to a very precise amount of time. Fact 91. Kangaroos can't walk backward. Kangaroos are unable to walk backward due to the unique structure of their legs and tails. Their large, muscular hind legs are designed for jumping, not walking, and their feet are too long to allow for backward movement. Additionally, their thick, muscular tail acts as a counterbalance while hopping and provides support when they are standing, but it also prevents them from moving backward. This limitation is one reason why the kangaroo is featured on the Australian coat of arms, symbolizing progress and moving forward. Fact 92. The wood frog can hold its pee for up to 8 months. Wood frogs, found in North America, have an incredible adaptation that allows them to survive harsh winter conditions. They can hold their urine for up to 8 months during hibernation. This process is crucial for their survival, as the urea in their urine is broken down into nitrogen, which protects their cells from freezing. When the frog's body partially freezes, the urea also helps prevent dehydration, allowing the frog to survive in a semi-frozen state until spring. Fact 93. Octopuses can change their color and texture to blend in with their surroundings. Octopuses are masters of camouflage thanks to specialized skin cells called chromatophores, which contain pigments that can change color. They also have cells called iridophores and leucophores that reflect light differently, helping them mimic the colors and patterns of their environment. Moreover, octopuses can alter the texture of their skin using tiny muscle contractions, making it appear smooth, bumpy, or spiky to match rocks, coral, or seaweed. This ability to change both color and texture allows them to evade predators and surprise prey, showcasing their incredible adaptability. Fact 94. Polar bears have black skin. Polar bears have black skin beneath their thick fur, which helps them absorb and retain heat from the sun. Their fur is actually transparent and hollow, but it appears white because it reflects visible light. This unique adaptation allows polar bears to blend into their snowy environment, while their black skin maximizes the absorption of solar heat, helping them stay warm in the frigid Arctic climate. Combined with a thick layer of fat, these features make polar bears superbly adapted to their cold habitat. Fact 95. An eagle's eyesight is about 5 times sharper than a human's. Eagles have extraordinary vision, which is crucial for hunting. Their eyes are specially adapted to spot prey from great distances, and they have around 5 times more visual acuity than humans. Eagles can see a rabbit moving from nearly 2 miles away. They have a high density of photoreceptor cells in their retinas, and their eyes are positioned to give them binocular vision, which helps in depth perception. This exceptional eyesight allows them to detect even the smallest movements of their prey while soaring high in the sky. Fact 96. Some turtles can breathe through their butts. Certain species of turtles, like the Australian Fitzroy River turtle and the North American eastern painted turtle, can perform a process called cloacal respiration, where they absorb oxygen through specialized sacs in their cloaca, a posterior orifice that serves both excretory and reproductive functions. This adaptation is particularly useful during hibernation, when they are submerged in cold water and cannot surface to breathe. It allows them to extract oxygen from the water while minimizing energy use, helping them survive extended periods underwater. Fact 97. The inventor of the Frisbee was turned into a Frisbee after he died. Walter Morrison, the inventor of the Frisbee, had his ashes turned into a Frisbee after his death in 2010. Morrison invented the Frisbee in the late 1940s, originally calling it the Pluto platter, and marketing it as a toy that could fly like a saucer. He sold the rights to Wham-O, which rebranded it as the Frisbee. To honor his legacy, Morrison's family decided to have some of his ashes incorporated into a Frisbee, allowing him to be remembered in a way that reflected his invention's playful spirit. Fact 98. There are more fake flamingos in the world than real ones. Plastic flamingos, often used as lawn ornaments, outnumber real flamingos worldwide. It is estimated that there are around 1 million real flamingos, while the production of plastic flamingos, since their invention in 1957 by Don Featherstone, has far exceeded that number. The plastic version has become an iconic symbol of American pop culture, particularly in suburban landscaping, and serves as a quirky reminder of human creativity and humor. Fact 99. Some metals explode when they come in contact with water. Certain alkali metals, such as sodium, potassium, and cesium, react explosively with water due to the release of hydrogen gas and heat. These metals have a single electron in their outer shell, making them highly reactive. When they come into contact with water, they lose this electron rapidly, creating a violent exothermic reaction that can cause the metal to explode. This property has been used in various chemical demonstrations and illustrates the incredible reactivity of these elements. Fact 100. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out. A crocodile's tongue is attached to the roof of its mouth by a membrane, preventing it from sticking its tongue out. This adaptation helps protect the tongue when the crocodile is attacking prey, especially underwater. Unlike their close relatives, the alligators, crocodiles have a special valve called the palatal flap that closes off their throat, allowing them to open their mouths while submerged without swallowing water. And there you have it, 50 more amazing facts that prove just how fascinating our world can be. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the Knowledge Hub so you never miss out on our next deep dive into the wonders of the world. Let us know in the comments which fact surprised you the most, and if you have any amazing facts of your own, we'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode with even more incredible discoveries. Stay curious.